and welcome to this week's episode of Straight Talk for Energy Healers. My name is Renu Aurora. I am an energy healer. I am the creator of the healing modality called the accelerated release technique. Now, what that is basically I work with the subconscious. I help people heal the emotional baggage that they are hanging on to so that they can move forward and live the life that they want to and deserve to live. I am the author of the book, The Energy Healing Bible. That's my baby there. And I am here on a mission. My mission is to help other energy healers like yourselves to be able to live your life's purpose, to be able to work with as many people as you possibly can, sharing those extraordinary gifts that you have, and to do that without being broke. Because let's face it, energy healers do not have the cachet that they deserve. I know that you work miracles. I have seen them happen. And with that, like you deserve to be able to work those miracles, to help all those people, to get the respect and the money that should come along with it, and to be able to live a happy, comfortable life. So to that end, I love bringing you the tools, the people, the advice, the insights, whatever it is that I can to help you on that journey. Because let's face it, we healers got to stick together, and together we're going to grow the whole group of us. So today I have my special guest, Jen Liddy. Now, Jen left her high school teaching career to avoid a life doomed by grading crappy ninth grade Romeo and Juliet essays. In 2013, she made a terrifying leap into entrepreneurship and learned everything the hard way. Today, as a content creation specialist, Jen helps personal brands step off the content creation DREADmill and get out of content chaos with strategies that ease-ify, simplify, and actually make content feel good for you. Now, I'm going to make a little comment about this about this introduction here. That was so much fun to read. So I have a feeling Jen walks the talk. It sounds like she knows content creation, because that was probably one of the most fun introductions I have had to read so far. So without further ado, I am super thrilled to bring Jen on the show.
Hi, Renu.
Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm great. I'm glad that you enjoyed the introduction.
I totally did. I totally loved it when you first sent it to me. I'm like, yeah, that is somebody who knows how to speak that in a way that other people will listen to.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what content creation is about, right?
Am I right? Yeah.
Good. So now everybody knows this is straight talk for energy healers. So there's not a lot of bump in this show. We don't waste a lot of time. We are just going to dive right in and get to some good stuff.
Right up my alley.
My first question for you is, in a nutshell, how would you describe what it is that you do?
I help people know what to say out there in the internet world, online, because they feel invisible. They feel like they're doing all the things all the time. They are feeling like they're getting no traction, and they're exhausted. So what I really help people do is understand how to create content in a way that feels good to them. That means, where do you want to be? Who are you talking to? What do you want to say? And also, what does your audience need to hear from you? These are just things that people, like, you became an energy healer, but all of a sudden now you have to be a freaking marketer, and you didn't train for that. And also, why is it so freaking hard, right? So I basically help people make content in a way that feels good for them, but that actually does the heavy lifting for them.
Okay, does the heavy lifting for now I'm curious there. So do you help people actually, like, do you create content for them, or do you give them tools to be able to create the content for themselves? Because there's a big difference there. There's a lot of people selling like done for you content, or they make it, or you can give them the highlights and they'll do it for you. So what's
Yeah. I am not a done for you content creator. There are plenty of people out there who are done for you copywriters, done for you creators, done for you bloggers. That is just not my specialty or my zone of genius. What I am really good at is pulling everything out of your head and then kind of showing it back to you so that you can say, oh my God, I didn't even know that was in my head. I didn't even know I had that much magic to say. And then how can we say it in a way that works for you. Like, how can you take it and then run with it? So there's different ways I work with people. There's like lower level ways and higher touch ways. But a lot of my work is teaching people how to make strategies work for them in a personalized way,
Mhm.
how to then like show up with the words that they want to that they want to say, but also that their audience needs to hear. And the
Mhm.
other thing is, you've spent a long time in this life coming to be who you are. You don't necessarily want to hand it over to another content creator to do it for you, because a lot of people I work with, like, they want to be in charge of their voice. They want to be in charge of their content. And so how can we do that without getting lost in the shuffle or disappearing into a sea of other energy healers, or speaking a language that's maybe over the head of our audience member? So I basically teach you how to meet your audience where you are and do it in a way that works for you.
Okay. Now I don't know if I made you answer a second question in the first one, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
Right?
What would you say is your special gift? So I would call it your superpower
Yeah.
that makes you amazing at what you do.
I guess I can put it this way. When I work with people, the people that love to work with me are circular thinkers. They have a million ideas, and they also have so much to teach. They have so much to say. So they get bogged down between, like, I don't know how to harness everything that's going on up here in my brain. And then even when I do, and I manage to put something out, an email, a podcast, a social post, it doesn't get any traction. So I think that my superpower is helping people who are incredibly creative, often spiritual, often in the woo realm, and help them feel more grounded. So if they're up here in the ethers all the time, I meet them where they are, reflect back to them what they're saying, and then we create a really linear way for them to publish, like create and publish everything that's in their mind. I'm a really grounded energy person. And so I'm like a sequential learner also. So I think in steps. The people I work with think in circles and funnels and swirls and tornadoes. And so there is a way you want to work with somebody who's complementary to
Right.
you. And so that, I think, I would say, is my special power.
Cool. Okay, now I'm going to ask because you mentioned you talked about people of all the ideas. What about someone like me, say, who says, "Oh my God, what am I going to write about?"
Mhm.
It's like, and I know so much stuff,
Yeah.
but when it comes to writing, I freeze. It's like, do I have something anybody wants to hear?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I would ask you, Renu, is writing your favorite way to do things? Like, you have a show, right? Like, so you like to interview people and you don't mind being on camera, you don't mind sharing your voice. So for you, writing might feel really hard and really uncomfortable and really resistant to that. So the
It's
first thing I would
work. It
Hmm?
is work, man. I
Yeah,
mean, I have 2 books.
right.
But it is so much. It is really I sit down like, but
Yeah.
I love when I've done it.
Sure, of course.
At the
So
end, I
then
look
one
at
of the
it,
things I would suggest for you is, what is the venue or the platform or the home based content you want to create? Like, what now you're saying, like, it feels like so much work to write. For other people, doing what you do on camera here would be horrifying for them. They would never want to do that. So that's the first place I would start. First of all, where do you want to show up? Then, okay, what is it your people need to know? Where are they on their journey? So what a lot of mistakes that creators make, especially healers, is they can see the whole journey for their audience. They forget their audience might not have the words or the understanding. They might not even know what the heck they're talking about, that there even a realm of subconscious and energetic healing that could happen. So you have to really think about, when you want to talk about something, do you need to meet people on the first part of their journey where they're maybe problem aware and solution curious, not, already over here. You're in your content, you're not speaking to your clients, you're speaking to an audience, and those are different things. So that is where I would encourage people to go to, is like, when you meet people, what are the mistakes they're making? What do they need to know? What vocabulary do they need to have? What ideas do you need to share with somebody before they can convert to becoming a client or a customer? Does that make sense?
that really does make sense. I
And
might have to
I add
I
one
might have
more.
to sit and listen to that a few times and let it really
Oh, there's
For
it's
really cool
very
things.
nuanced. And then the other thing I would really encourage people to remember is when we are healers or when we are coaches or whatever we are in, we forget that other people don't speak our language. We forget that like not everybody knows this stuff. Like there's a whole world of muggles out there who don't even know what energy healing is, right? So we are also surrounded by people in our industry, and we're talking about this all day at a really deep, nuanced level. Our audience isn't there yet. So I want you, when you're thinking about content, get really basic. Like, what do people need to know at that step -1, 0, 1 before they can sink their teeth into it and speak with any kind of authority on it?
Okay, that sounds like that could be an interesting task, like a thing to sit with for a little while.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, so again, I might have we might have answered next question, but my audience is energy healers.
Yeah.
So why might they need the service that you offer, and specifically, why might they want to work with you?
Oh, well, I think I already talked about, you need to work with somebody who respects the work that you do, who understands the work that you do. I think energy healers are incredible people who create great change in the world, but the world basically doesn't understand what they do. So they're going to be doing a lot of educating of people. So I think that's important first that, do you have somebody who's complementing what you can offer? The second thing is for energy healers who are they're often highly creative. They often resist planning. They believe like, oh, I'll just kind of go when the wind blows me or when I feel motivated. Most of the areas of their life like that works for them, but the one place that really does not generally work for people is marketing. And so creating plans like plan can be a four-letter word, right? But it doesn't have to be. If we can create a way to work with you that works with your strengths. And so I think making sure that you work with somebody who understands you, respects you, and then helps you play to your strengths and doesn't have a one size fits all solution. That's something that drives me crazy in the marketing world is everybody thinks like their solution will work for everybody, but it doesn't. Like, for example, my solution does not work for people who want to hand off their marketing to somebody else. Like, I work with people who want to learn how to do this content stuff, no matter which platform they're on, in a more easy, simplified way. If you don't want to do it at all, like I'm not your person, but I can help you find somebody, but I'm not your person, right? So
Right.
just stop believing that people have the one size fits all silver bullet for you.
Fantastic. Okay. Now, before we chatted, you mentioned that you have something special to offer my audience. Do you want to tell us about that?
Yes. So one of the things, like I said before, planning is often a hurdle for almost everyone who's really creative in the entrepreneurial space and doesn't have extra time. Like I said, you didn't get into this to become a content creator machine. So what I designed was a customized content planner that teaches you a strategy that takes all of your ideas or helps you generate ideas and breaks it down for you in how you can kind of 4x, 5x, and even with my really, really creative people, I call them waterfall creators, like ideas just rain over them all the time. It shows them how to break it down and plan content so they can actually put it out into the world and publish content. So that's called the customized content creation planner. I'll tell you where to get that in a second. But the reason I created it was I keep seeing these planners everywhere that everyone's like, download my planner. And it's a big square with rectangles on it, like a blank calendar. And it basically says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, AM, middle day, PM. I'm like, how is that a planner? That's not helpful at all. Nor is it helpful to be told, post a behind the scenes today or post a myth that's in your industry. Like, that's just
Thank
not,
you. Yes, I've seen all
you
these.
need a strategy. And so what I did in the customized content planner was help you show you how to create a strategy with lots of examples so that you just don't feel lost and then you can apply it to your own stuff.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing that one.
Do you want me to tell you how to get it? I didn't mention that.
That is my very next
Oh,
question.
okay. I realized I didn't tell you that. So you go to jenliddy.com/content planner. I'm a one N Jen, so it's JenLiddy.com/content planner, and you can grab that right there.
Brilliant. Okay, that should be in the description here. And again, how can my audience reach you if they would like to connect?
Yeah. Well, I'm on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and LinkedIn. I'm everywhere. If you just search Jen Liddy content or Jen Liddy coach, you'll find me. And my website has a lot of resources on it. So you can go to jenliddy.com and download, something to just get you started. I always like to remind people, I came from high school and college teaching. Like, I want you to be able to take action. So everything is just really bite-sized and actionable and implementable.
I love it. Yes, talk to me like I'm still in high school.
Yeah.
Definitely ain't no expert in in the marketing.
Creation, yeah.
As long as I've been doing this too.
I
All
know.
right. That was fantastic. Thank you so, so much for
Thank you,
being
Rena.
here. I am personally looking forward to scoping your website and the
Great.
content creation
Let me know
stuff.
if you have any questions.
I will be in touch then. So thank you for being here. Thank you, as always, to my audience. I say this every time, but it never gets tiresome. At least your time is the most valuable thing that you have to offer. And it always means so much that you have decided to spend some amount of it with me. So thank you for being here. And if you would like to reach me, you can find me at info@acceleratedreleasetechnique.org, or just my website, poke around there, acceleratedreleasetechnique.org. And finally, if you liked what you saw, if you can give me a like, subscribe to the page, share it, absolutely share it. And of course, come back and visit me again next week. See you then.